All right. Welcome, everybody. Let's do a full epic line playthrough of The Lord of the Rings Online. I do not know if this will work or how viable this could be, for I am trying to play this character by only, I repeat, only doing the epic quest line. No side quests at all. I will have to supplement XP by, I don't know, maybe the festival? Or some other means. And probably deed. I'll probably deed as I go. Alright, Prologue, Chapter 1. This is outrageous, Darrendak again. I will not be satisfied until I receive compensation for my treatment at the hands of the Black Walls. I have been most ill-used, and it is more than any hobbit would stand. A Sackville Baggins should be able to travel throughout the Shire and even Breeland if he wishes it, without danger of being abducted. And when a Sackville Baggins is promised gold, he had better receive from gold from when the whole thing is done with. It is only fair. I wrote this letter while you were off looking for John Brackenbrook. It doesn't include the business with the brigands burning Archet, or that ranger becoming so queer, but it's sure to be enough for all floor dumpling. Take my letter to Mayor Will Whitfoot in Mickle Delving. He'll be just outside the town hall, which will be on your left, surrounded by hedges when you enter the town. First quest of the prologue from the Shire. Doing this on a hobbit burglar. A burglar that is a class that I never played in all my now 17 years of Lord of the Rings Online. Don't need to look at world chat when I play this character. So we will see how things go as the burglar. And we will try and really read and immerse ourselves into the quest. Yes, Mayor Will Whitfoot. Oh, what's this? Oh dear, a letter from Sackville Baggins is not something you want to see. He's holding me personally accountable for his troubles in Breeland. I wasn't even there. I've never even been outside of the Shire, and how am I supposed to pay just compensation to his family? But he took no harm, and he was an archer of his own accord. I don't happen to know why I wanted to be mayor, do you? Because I seem to have forgotten. I've thought about Mundo's demand, and I will pay compensation for his ill treatment in Breeland. But I'm not going to do it. So he's not going to pay him compensation. We simply can't afford to pay any money to satisfy a single hobbit from experience that was his own fault to begin with. The Sackville Bagginses have never liked me either. I think it was one of them that started calling me floor dumpling after the roof of the town hall gave way and buried me in chalk. So that's why it's flour dumpling, right? I don't mind when the sheriffs call me that, or sheriffs. I don't mind when the sheriffs call me that, but from the Sackville Bagginses, it's just too much. The time has come to take a stand. I will not be bullied by the Sackville Bagginses no longer. They can't push me around, and I don't mind telling them that. Well, actually, I'm a little busy. Run along to Bag End, north of Hobbiton, and tell Lobelia from me, won't you? Or will you? So it goes little delving to mickle delving and straight to Bag End. The prologue, at least. When you do no side quests. What are deeds in the Shire? I haven't started anything. I do not think pigs are one of them. So, wolves, spiders, marsh flies, brigands, goblins, what's the last one? Oh, slugs. Oh, will I be able to join the Bounders though? This area is gonna be alive in 2 hours when the anniversary starts. I heard about the troubles of my nephew Mundo and went through in Breland. I assume you're here with all flour dumplings coin purse to pay us for Mundo's hardship. You're not? What is this nonsense? Whitford doesn't have an ounce of sense in that fat head of his. It doesn't surprise me that he didn't have the courage to come and tell me this himself, but he'll regret it. I'll go to Mickle Delving to see him personally and tell him in no uncertain terms of what I think of him. What use is a mayor anyway? And what use are the Bounders for that matter? My nephew has gone through so much, and he was barely outside the bounds. Okay, so this is level 11. Yeah, so the epic quest does jump in level like that, so that's going to be a problem. Why do we even need a mayor or bounders or sheriffs if they can't keep my nephew from being threatened and abducted and put through all kinds of hardship? The Sackville Bagginses are a very important family in these parts. I've heard that there are goblins on the edges of the Shire. Goblins. If you ask me, you should stop running pointless errands for that fat mayor and should do something about them. I heard that Wilcom Tunnelly, the quarry supervisor in Scary, has seen these goblins on the greensfields. Talk to him at the bottom of this there and back again. Goblins. So, level 11, I am 7. Yeah, just the epic questline alone. It's going to be probably 11 and then jump to 15. And then before you know it, it'll be 20. So, yeah, I think that it's going to be very tough. Oh, I didn't get the Hobbiton stable. I should have. I think I should get a Slayer accelerator already on. Or maybe not use an accelerator. Because I don't even have I have a virtue unlocked. There we go. Lobelia Sackville Baggins has Baggins, not Sackville Baggins. Lobelia Sackville Baggins has heard tell of goblins out in these parts. There have been a few sightings, it's true. My sister is convinced that she saw. Well, it's embarrassing. I suppose I can trust you, though. My sister Pansy is a good sort, but she can be rather excitable. When she gets an idea in her head, it stays there, no matter how silly it might be. And before you know it, she's convinced half of the Shire that it's true. She saw something out in the green fields the other day, and she thinks, well, maybe you better talk to her about it. And she thinks, well, maybe you better talk to her about it, right? Folks have seen goblins on the edges of the Shire, but this? Try and talk to some sense into her for me, will you? You'll find her wandering through the town square here in Scary, stirring the folk. I shouldn't wonder. He shouldn't wonder, so he wants me to. The Proudfoot. Level 11, such a rabbit hole. Hello there, there's something terrible happening in the Shire, and you need to do something about it before it's too late. I was walking in the green fields looking for flowers, and I saw a squat little man off in the distance. He was carrying a spear, and believe me when I tell you that he was a goblin. All of a sudden, he dropped to the ground and looked at me like he was reaching into a hole of some kind, a rabbit hole most likely. I was so scared I ran back here and told my brother what I saw. but I don't think he believed me. The green fields are northwest of here. Maybe you ought to look in the rabbit holes yourself. Don't know what he was looking for, but it can't be good for the Shire. Effect windows, effect sliders, set. Do I run faster in stealth? No, not yet. Oh gosh, I can't take 3 spiders at once. 311. Level 11 spiders? This is a bad idea. With no potions? Bad idea. Heal, heal. Do I have any food? I do not. Okay. This plan of mine of just doing the epic quest. Okay, let's join the bounders, because that's important. And some gear would be very nice. Complete join the bounders, so then I can consume Shire rep. What's the lowest? I think it's level 20, right? The first set, yeah. Gosh. The bear is 13. Back to Pansy and Scary. You found this inside the rabbit hole in the green field? That's a goblin tooth. This confirms my suspicions there and back again. There was a goblin I saw the other day, and not just any goblin. It was old Golfinbol himself. You haven't put it together yet, Bounder. A long time ago, the Goblin King Golfinbol tried to invade the Shire and was defeated by Bardobrus Took, the multi-bull roarer. In one swing, Bull Roarer knocked off Golfinbol's head, and it went flying through the air and landed in a rabbit hole. Golfinbol is back, and he's searching all the rabbit holes in the green fields for his missing head. This is terrible. You best bring this goblin tooth to Bounder Primstone of the Watch Office in Broken Borings to the west of Scary. Hurry. Let's see if we have not leveled since the last time, nor have we gotten any gear. Summons an average mount speed. I don't need that. Give me some food. Yes. Okay. We can't take 3 spiders. There's no way I'm going to be able to do the queen. Can we take 2 spiders? Okay, that's all the biters. We need some weavers. Is that a weaver? The weavers are the ones in stealth or what? That's a weaver. Queen's level 13. Oh, no, there's friends. I don't have an interrupt. Gosh, pull 2. Oh no, there's so many of them. And I can't go in stealth with aggro. Thank you, Bounders. The food only lasts for 5 minutes. Gosh, 3 again. Oh, they can jump the fence too. This is not feasible. That guy Diagro? If I'm careful, I can't finish this quest. Hurrah, that's a success. I completed Spider Slayer. Now I started Spider Slayer Advanced. I wonder if I get geared up, whether I can do this. Oh wait, my turn-in is right here. Why are you giving me this pointy stone? What, a goblin tooth? Is this a joke? Pansy Tunley thinks that Golfinbull is wandering around the green fields, reaching into rabbit holes in search of his missing head. You'd think she would have mentioned whether the goblins saw in the green fields didn't have a head to begin with, wouldn't you? It seemed like a rather important detail. No, I'm sure eyes were just playing tricks on her. Golfinbull is long dead, and we have no business upsetting people with talk that he's come back. Bring the pointy rock to Harlos. We've been under a lot of pressure lately from the folk in Broken Borings and nearby villagers complaining that Mayor Whitfoot hasn't done more to deal with the problems in the Shire. Maybe we should make absolutely sure that Miss Tunley's goblin is a figment of her imagination. There's a hunter of some kind who camps out in the green fields. His name is Harlos, and for one of the big folk, he seems to be a decent enough fellow. Show him that pointy stone of yours and ask him what he makes of it. To find his camp, follow the wall east out of the Broken Borings. When it leaves the road, head off the path and follow the wall to the copse of trees. He might know what the stone really is. See, right now from 9, just getting to like 11 is not hard, but once the quests are 5 levels ahead, then that's going to be a problem. What is this, a goblin tooth? It's a pleasure to meet you there and back again, but I must confess that I've already come across goblins in the Shire. As you can see, this was just a scouting party, and I'm sure there's a larger camp of the creatures somewhere nearby. We must deal with the threat before the goblins rally their courage and attack nearby towns. Epic battles wait. While I'm not from the Shire, my kindred has sworn to defend the folk against all threats. I am what the folk of Bree would call a ranger. If you aid me in my task, I will give you my gratitude then back again. The goblin encampment must be somewhere to the north, but I have not yet had the opportunity to track the goblins. We should each set out in opposite directions and search the goblin fields. If you find the encampment, thin their numbers as much as you can. Then return here to my camp, and I will do the same. For the sake of the good folk who make their homes in this peaceful place, I hope that we will find the lair of these goblins. Gosh, the bear is very furious. Gosh, my cure poison cooldown is very long. But it's poison only, eh? So it's not gonna cure bleeds and things like that. Alright. There we go. Now that's a better geared burglar. One, two. Let's keep all. Not use that. No, use that. No, that. Okay, so surely that was a lot quicker. So the stealth didn't really work. There we go. It's a lot smoother. Let's take one of these level 13 guys. Alright, how are we going on the deed? Deed completed. What? Most curious bit, no. 11 more to complete Goblin Slayer first tier. Do I have any AoE? Double-edged strike hits 5. "20-meter range. Perfect. Let's try and hit it with both. What does arrow do? Skill inductions. But it aggroes. Not enough goblins to complete my bestowed. Yeah. I can't complete this now. That's a lot of skills. Let's plug up sound and enable of the group. Okay, so that's a 5-second stun. Let's try it. Burger while starting an attempt to lighten the pockets of unsuspecting targets. It's not very important. Let's try this. 2-minute cooldown. I can burgle the bear. No. You have returned and back again, and not a moment too soon. I'm afraid to say that goblin presence is much greater than expected. There are already 2 camps of creatures in the green fields. The goblins are led by a chieftain, as you might expect, but I have come across something unusual. There are whispers that the chieftain reports to someone else. I have not learned the identity of this mysterious figure, but he does not seem to be a goblin, which troubles me. Two goblin encampments. I cannot understand what would bring goblins to the Shire after so long and in such numbers. Bounder Brimstone must be warned of the grave threat these goblins pose. Go to the watch house in Broken Moorings and give him these tidings. Then head back along the wall to the west. His town will be the first to fall if the goblins attack, so he deserves as much warning as we can give. Warn him to be wary, however. Do not wag his tongue too much. It would do more harm than good to panic these people. Two camps of goblins. Things are going from bad to worse there and back again. I was much happier when I thought Pansy Tunley was seeing things again. What is happening to the peace and quiet of the Shire these days? You best go to Scary down the road from here and find out from Wilcombe Tunley what's going on at the quarry. I don't like the stories I'm hearing about the skull they found down there. I'm sure the rumors will just add to Pansy's. The skull is deep inside the spider cave. Welcome back to Scary there and back again. You want to know about the skull? As it happens, my workers broke through the wall in the back of the cave down in the quarry, and a whole swarm of huge spiders came boiling out. As my lads were running from the cave, one of them noticed a skull sitting in a pile of rock. I know the skull has got to be evil. Why, I bet it's what called these spiders to Scary in the first place. It looks like my sister Pansy wasn't too wrong after all. We've got Golfinbolt's head in that cave. We've got to go to the cave down at the bottom of the quarry and recover the skull. My lads mentioned that a strange mist covered the floor of the room where they found the skull. I won't blame you if you bring friends with you. Fellowship quests. In fact, I encourage you to do so. The spiders have really made themselves at home in the quarry, but who knows what other evils Golfinbolt's head might stir up down there. Bring it up here for us so we can have a look and maybe figure out what's going on. All right. Don't suppose we have any other regenerative food. $50-50, left or right. Got it right. Can I stun them in combat? I sure can. It's that really golfing ball skull in my hand. See, I've done this quests, but it's always just clicking through. Actually reading them. Let's fight our way out. Work on the deed. Let's go, Bounders. Nice. So we got determination, which I'm sure we need as a burglar. Should we keep earning determination, or I think we should look up what we need next. Zeal. Although it has might. Confidence. I think we do confidence first. Turn-in is right here. You made it out of the quarry. I was a bit worried with you with all that spiders about. I see that you found the skull. It's certainly a hideous thing, isn't it? I can't tell if it's a goblin skull or not, but it seems to be missing a tooth. Missing a tooth? Oh dear, Pansy told me you found a goblin tooth in the rabbit hole in the green fields. This must be Golfinbolt's head rolled all the way down the quarry from the rabbit hole and landed in during the Battle of the Greenfields hundreds of years ago. You've got to take this to Bombard Foxtail at the Madam House in Nickeldelving. Blue Roarer's club is on display there, and I'd wager old Golfinbolt hasn't forgotten Bull Roarer's mighty club. He won't try anything whilst that's at hand. I'll take the destination Breeland, but we don't quite need it yet. What did you say this was? Golfinbolt's skull? My goodness. This is a very significant find. Even if it does make for a rather unpleasant matter. This is a bit of a strange coincidence, though, for Golfinbolt's skull to appear on this particular day. I was consulted about Bull Roarer's club just a few hours ago. Have you met Bounder Prinstone? Runs the watch house up in Broken Warrens. He came by a few hours ago and asked to borrow Bull Roarer's club. Normally I don't lend things out, but since I like folk to visit the Madam House if they are interested in something. But Prinstone is very dependable. Some of the young hobbits up in Broken Borings have expressed an interest in the Battle of Greenfields. Apparently, The Brimstone wanted to show them the club a bull warrior used to knock off the head of Golfin Bull. If you think it should be brought back to keep Golfin Bull's skull company, you should mention to him at the watch in the House of Broken Borders. I think I have to do this one to use the large madams. So we will just go turn it in. Maybe I should take a craft, because yeah, I should take like a, yeah, because I do get some XP out of those. I should take a Combine Harvester class that can just collect all the resources I come about. Okay, I don't need to read I'm only reading the book quest. Righty, right. That would give me the ability to consume or use those large madams. One thing I never got down in all my years here is the layout of Mickle Delving. Where is the crafting area? Scholar to pick up scholar notes. Hall farmer. That will help me gain XP. Don't get any expert for XP for it. Barrow iron ore. I don't think I have any copper. I do have some copper. Plant a yellow onion field. Is that enough? I need to grab myself a toolkit. Activate track crops. Using the ingredients, you have to pick a yellow onion at the workbench. Alright, that little segue is done. Bound the brimstones upstairs, right? Perhaps not. There and back again. You caught me at a bad time, afraid. I was just about to step out. Oh, yes, I borrowed Bullroar's club, but I'm sorry I had to lie to Bombard about it. But if Golfin Ball has really come back to life, this club is the only thing that might scare him out of the Shire, don't you think? I'm going to a goblin camp you found to get to the bottom of all this once and for all. No, I don't want you coming along. You can tell the hunter Howlos that if I've taken care of the goblins soon, if you like, he deserves some thanks for finding those camps. So, I think he's going to get captured, and then we're going to go rescue him. Is that the dealio here? Brimstone is journeying to the goblin camp. That brave little fool. Does he think that won the Battle of Greenfields? Barnabas won the Battle of Greenfields all by himself. Bullroar may have knocked off Golfinbolt's head, but many hobbits lost their lives in the battle, and their names are no longer remembered. I have learned something of our enemy Lubak, the leader of these goblins, is under the sway of a man from the north, from Angmar. I believe it. It was long thought that none of the people that still dwelled in the north, but it seems they have returned. I do not know what lies this man of Angmar told Lubak, but he has convinced him that he is the heir of Golfinbolt, and he must fulfill Golfinbolt's ambition, the domination of the Shire. We must not delay. We need to rescue Bounder Brimstone. I will seek out some of my kindred and meet you inside the goblin encampment in the northwest. Look for the goblin entrance inside the camp. Goblin cave entrance inside the camp. If the hobbit is alive, it will surely be within the caves. He will surely be within the caves seeking Lubak. Oh, that's Ash. Talking about Ash and Barrow Iron already. No, that's going into Evendon. It's like a mini champion. Sweet. Ah, look at that dams. Have we any food? No munchable food. Sweets. That's pretty good. Zeal and valor. I found the goblins. There and back again. They didn't care much for the Bulwarus Club, and they took it away from me without much trouble. Their leader is a goblin called Lubak. We've got to get rid of this Lubak fellow. He might not be Golfinbol, but I reckon he's just as bad. My wounds will look worse than they are. I'll come with you. Just give me half a moment. It's okay, Bounder, I've got this. Okay, don't do your little run back stuff. I got too far ahead. I'm going to lose the Bounder. Look, it's that Harlos fellow. Feeling a bit lightheaded. My wounds. Oh no. You have my apologies, there and back again. I hope to arrive before you join in battle with Lubak, but I saw something that diverted my attention, which slowed my progress through the cave. One of the goblins, a rank creature of little prowess, had gotten his hands on Bulwarus' club. He was trying to escape the caves with it, but I have no doubt Lubak's wrath would have been great when he found it gone. I saved him the trouble of his anger, though. It'll be little consolation for him now. I have recovered the club and will return it to Brimstone when I have delivered him safely to the watch house in Broken Borings. You've done well to stop this threat there and back again, but something about this affair troubles me. Come to my camp in a short while, and we can discuss matters in open air. This place, stench of goblins is quite overpowering.
Saruman's treachery has delayed me too long. I can only hope that Frodo and Sam have left the Shire. Without my aid, their road will be a perilous one. Frodo must rely upon the Rangers and your prowess to see him to the end.
Oh, at least he brought me to his camp. You are made of stern stuff indeed, there and back again, and the Shire has been saved through your efforts. But this is a joyless victory. Lubak spoke of Eogan, the man of Angmar that planted the seeds of conquest in his mind. But of this man there was no sign. Where did he go and for what purpose? Did he abandon Lubak out of sudden necessity, or was this his plan from the beginning? And what has become of my kindred? Normally they keep a close watch on these lands, but of them now there is no sign. The riddle is broader than the Shire, there and back again. Alright, so I can take one of these daggers, 2 will pens, 2 agility boots. I've got better. I'll just take the dagger.
What do you need?
Level 12 still, and it's sending me to Bree. I don't know what fate has befallen my kindred, but I fear for them. I fear too for the continued safety of the Shire, for I am but one man and cannot stand against dangers that even now crouch on the borders. I have last received word that the captain of my people is at the Prancing Pony and Inn of Bree. I would ask you to speak with him at once and tell him what has happened here. We must know that Aegon is somewhere in the wild, and that the rest of our people may be in danger. Go there and back again. Travel east across the Brandywine River to Breeland and find my chieftain. The man you wish to speak with is named Butterbur, the owner of the Prancing Pony. He will surely know my captain by the name of Strider. Hurry, the Shire may well be unprotected. That's my vector to Bree. And I think a good stopping point for the first episode. No going straight to Bree. Could have played a fourth Lore Master, but no. We will grow and learn to love the Bugler. Who was that you were looking for? Old Strider. Yes. Well, not that it's any of my business, but I would not go near that ranger out of the wild. He's a strange one, and not that he can't tell a rousing tale when he's of mind. It's clear you've no mind to listen to me. Strider keeps to himself mostly, but from the common room left down the hall, keep until you can only go right. Follow straight down the hall until you are at the foot of the stairs. Strider's room is to the right of the stairs. Now, I've got paying guests to attend to and no time to be chatting, if you know what I mean. It's just that busy. And I've completed the prologue. And next one is book 1 forward, The Unwanted Guests. We will pick it up from here on episode 2. That's signing out from there and back again. And looking forward to our next session where we meet Strider.